I'm an alcoholic.
On average, it is more true for boys that they're just going to struggle to sit still and pay attention for long periods of time.
Can you talk to me about ADHD diagnosis?
Well, that's one of the reasons why it's so much higher in boys, 3 or 4 times higher in boys. And autism, of course, massively more so. And I would definitely have had that diagnosis when I was a kid, if it'd been around. And I've seen it, particularly one of my sons, just like the real deal. Because I do think there's obviously a spectrum, and sometimes it's over-diagnosed now. On the one hand, I'm thrilled that we're seeing it and we're treating it properly. But on the other hand, I'm a bit worried that at the edges, it starts to be just something like, oh, you're behaving like a boy. You've got ADHD. And so what we don't want is ADHD to just become another way to say boy. And currently in the US, 1 in 4 boys have been diagnosed with some kind of developmental disability.
Really?
And that just seems high to me.
1 in 4?
1 in 4. That's really high. And so I'll be blunt. I don't think that's true. I think what's happening is that we're pathologizing some things that previously would not have been seen as a pathology, like an inability to sit still, pay attention, hard to focus, etc. Is that a developmental disability, or is the system just not accommodating enough diversity? And as the system becomes more and more female dominated, there is a danger that even at the teacher level, that those kinds of differences are not celebrated. One of the biggest arguments for diversity of all kinds is it allows you to recognize these differences and not pathologize them or think there's something wrong with you. So one of the reasons why we need more women in senior leadership, for example, is so that the male types of behavior aren't the norm. You can have different kinds of behavior. But the same is true in our classrooms too. And I think if we don't get that right, then we're in danger of labeling boys
Right.
as in some way disabled when they're not.
Oh, that's so interesting.